Okay guys, so we're back here with the Grand again. I just want to verify a couple things before I spend money on a computer. So I had purchased a new test light, this guy right here, and this test light, while a decent 12 volt test light, so I'm trying to get it out of here. So this, while a decent 12 volt test light, I think it uses a standard incandescent bulb, and it just can't illuminate fast enough to show me if I'm actually getting signal from the or to that coil. So I purchased a different test light today. So I got this one, which is LED and a little fancier, and I also got a Noid light set from good old Harbor Freight. And I got one of them plugged into the coil pack right now, and we are going to fire this thing up and see what we get. Let me get some gloves on so I don't get all dirty real quick. So I'm going to fire this thing up and see if we're actually getting a decent signal to this coil. And if we are, great. And if we're not, then we need to track it and figure out why we're not getting good signal to this coil. I have a feeling we're going to see signal, but I also have a feeling we have a problem somewhere, and I'm going to try a different coil again today as well. But I guess first things first, let's start her up and see what this little Noid light says we got going on. Bring you in here, and as you can see, she's flashing. How well you can see that. Close these in and see if I can see. So she's flashing. That means it is doing something. So it is at least attempting to operate the vehicle, the coil. Now the question is, what happens if I plug it back in? Well, let's plug the coil back in. But it doesn't pick that coil up at all. So she's still only running on 7 cylinders. So let's shut her off, and then let's see if starting it back up solves that problem. We get that coil back to 50 gallons in the back. All right. Now let's start it back up. And we get the coil back. Oh, she's not bouncing around anymore. She's got a nice smooth idle. So just for giggles, I'm going to swap these 2 spark plugs and these 2 coils and see if that problem happens to follow. I did it once before and it didn't follow. But I want to try it again and film it this time. Just for giggles, I guess, just to see if I get a repeatable result. So right now she's running pretty good. Maybe a very slight hesitation, but this has 8 new coils and 7 new coils, 8 new spark plugs, 1 old coil because one of the new coils melted in it currently. So, but we have a problem. It's repeatable. You can unplug coil 1 and it clearly has a miss, and we plug it back in and it still clearly has a miss. Now it's doing it on this coil as well. So let's test this coil and see what we get from the anode light. pulsing light. So, but before, when we plug it back in, it would pick that cylinder back up. Now it's not doing that. But it did pick that cylinder back up. Test this one now. See if that anode light, noise light, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we get the exact same result from this one that we get from the other one. So we are getting signal. But for some reason, if she loses a coil, that's it. She's lost the coil. The coil's gone. I don't understand that. Okay. Well, let's drape this guy over here. I'm going to see what this test light says too. Test light blink at all? Oh, okay. So we have a ground circuit. That's weird. We have a constant ground circuit. That should be flashing. Why do we have a constant ground there? This one. Constant ground on that one too. My understanding was that the ground switched. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was told incorrectly. But unplugging that coil has no change to the motor. She's still running on 7 cylinders. So let's shut it off one more time, start it back up, and see if we get that cylinder back. Alright, start her back up. And we have all 8 cylinders again. Makes no sense. If you unplug it and plug it back in, it should start working again. It does on most of the cylinders, but this one seemed like it didn't want to, and this one definitely doesn't want to. I know unplugging this one and plugging it back in the past given me. Okay, so I have a miss. And now I continue to have a miss. This is this cylinder that's missing. Yes, it is. This makes no sense. Really leaning towards this computer's going bye-bye. But I'm not sure. It's so weird that it misses if you unplug a coil and plug it back in, but then it runs just fine if you shut it off and just start it right back up. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But all right, more work needs to be done to figure this out.